The three clubs who have yet to step away from the European Super League project have issued a joint statement tonight. You want to get hold of this. They've called the charges against them from UEFA incomprehensible. The clubs say they remain committed to modernising football through an open dialogue with UEFA. Now, in a statement released to the Barcelona, Real Madrid and Juventus websites, they reject what they call insistent coercion by UEFA, and they describe the disciplinary proceedings as a direct attack on the rule of law. The statement ends by saying, either we reform football or we will have to watch its inevitable downfall. So there we are. Cavi remains on set with me to react to this. I mean, the big stories, as I said, Cavi, just keep on coming. I mean, far from taking a step back from this, Barcelona, Real Madrid and Juventus are saying, no, you're not on. And the fight goes on. We remain committed to what is a botched Super League.
Jim, look, these three clubs need to wake up and smell the coffee, because if they carry on like this, they are going to be banned from the Champions League. Between them, these three clubs have won 20 European Cups. But unless they back down, they will not be playing in the Champions League next season, and most likely not in the season after that either. Look, what's the background to this? We all know last month, 12 clubs tried to set up a breakaway pirate European Super League. Now, what happened is that collapsed within 48 hours. 9 of those clubs basically kissed and made up with UEFA.
Yeah.
They said to UEFA, look, we're really, really sorry.
Including the 6 English.
Exactly. We're really, really sorry. We made a big mistake. And UEFA said, OK, we're going to fine you something between £5, £6, £7 million, and also sign this piece of paper saying that you will never try and set up another European Super League. And if you do try it again, you will have to pay us a fine of €100 million. Now, 9 of the clubs said, fine, OK, we'll sign the contract. They signed on the dotted line. They were welcomed back into the UEFA fold, back into the UEFA family. They'll be taking part in UEFA competitions next season. But these 3 clubs, 3 of the biggest clubs in the world, Juventus,
Barcelona,
Real Madrid, Barcelona, for whatever reason, they're not backing down, because they were the main drivers behind this Super League. And also, the 3 clubs have financial problems, and they were going to hit the jackpot if this European League was set up. Now, UEFA have opened disciplinary proceedings against them. It's likely that they will be thrown out of the Champions League if they don't back down. But apart from releasing these kind of statements that they seem to do every week, they've also got their lawyers on the case, and they're going to the European Court of Justice. And they're going to the European Court of Justice to try and establish if UEFA are operating a cartel, and also if they are abusing their dominant position. It's a bit boring, but you have to look at the Treaty of the Functioning of the European Union. And Article 101 prohibits the operation of a cartel, and Article 102 prevents undertakings who hold a dominant position in a market from abusing that position. So they're going to the highest court in Europe to try and prove that UEFA is a cartel and UEFA is dominating its position. Now, why are they doing that? Because they want to set up a cartel, the European Super League, and they want to abuse their dominant position, because they're 3 of the biggest clubs in the world. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to the people at UEFA. They do not understand what these 3 men, it's just 3 men who own these clubs. Let's not say it's the clubs. It's the 3 men who own these clubs who are not backing down. But look, they're going to have to back down eventually.
But are they? Will they?
They have to.
Doesn't sound like it.
Jim, if they don't back down, then Juventus are not playing in the Champions League. You saw on Sunday how the players were celebrating when they managed to finish 4th in Serie A and get into the Champions League. You saw how their fans were celebrating. Are you really telling me that Real Madrid, Barcelona and Juventus are not going to be playing in the Champions League next season? Well, unless they sign this piece of paper, unless they back down, that is what is going to happen. And of course, everything is about money, Jim. This is about money. If they don't back down, it is going to cost them, because they're not going to have anyone to play in Europe next season. If they don't play in the Champions League, it's going to cost them each at least £100 million. What are they going to do every Wednesday night? Play each other? Barcelona versus Juventus, Barcelona versus Real Madrid. What are they going to be playing for? Nothing. No one's interested in that. It's down to money. That is why they're going to have to back down and smell the coffee and say, OK, here you go, we're going to sign this.
But, Gabby, this brazen campaign that they're on amazes me. After a pandemic, and we're still not out of it, when most clubs, are, if they're not skint, they're close to skint. And they are now really, really in a dangerous area of their own existences.
A lot of it is to do with egos as well. The men who run these clubs are very powerful, very rich people. They don't like to be seen as people who've come second or who have lost in a business deal. But ultimately, it is going to come down to money. They cannot afford to miss out on the money that they would make on from playing in the Champions League. The European Super League is dead and buried. The other 9 clubs have signed this contract with UEFA saying we made a mistake and we're not going to do this ever again. These 3 clubs will eventually have to come to their senses. It could drag on during the summer. It could end up at CAS. It could end up at the European Court of Justice. But at the end of the day, the European Super League is dead, finished. It's not happening.